Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Beth Jones.
And I'm Peter Dubois. First tonight, a Carmel man died in an early morning car crash on Outer Hammond Street in Bangor.
Police and fire departments responded to the scene at about 1:30 a.m. after a caller reported a vehicle off the roadway with an unresponsive person nearby. When emergency personnel arrived, they found 36-year-old Alan White of Carmel deceased. Police say they determined White was traveling west on Hammond Street this morning when his vehicle went off the road and rolled over several times. White was ejected from his vehicle during the crash. Police say speed was a contributing factor there.
A Waterville man was arrested after allegedly threatening to kill the president and other top officials. 45-year-old Benjamin Brown is charged with transmitting a threatening interstate communication, which violates federal law. According to the Morning Sentinel, Brown was arrested after he posted comments on YouTube over a several-year period, claiming he was stockpiling weapons and wanted to kill President Biden and other elected officials. In a recent post, he allegedly said he was going to buy an AR-15 rifle to prepare for a revolution, and that he'd also had the right to kill illegal immigrants.
A Bangor man was sentenced to 14 years in prison in U.S. District Court in Bangor today after pleading guilty to drug charges. 49-year-old Alan Henry pleaded guilty in May of last year to possessing controlled substances with the intent to distribute and being a felon in possession of a firearm. Court records reflect that in May of 2022, Brewer police officers located Henry in a parked vehicle and found he had an active warrant and active bail conditions that banned him from using or possessing alcohol or drugs. Officers located more than 400 grams of fentanyl, approximately 30 grams of cocaine base, and a firearm, all in his vehicle. Following the 14-year prison sentence, Henry must also serve 5 years of supervised release.
16 years ago, Nathan Lee lost his wife Denise in a tragedy that he says could have been prevented if not for mistakes allegedly made by public safety officials. He took his wife's story to a class attended by Maine dispatchers today, hoping that by sharing her tragedy, that will help dispatchers better understand how to deal with complicated cases. Our Matthew Jurancic has the story.
911 operators from across Maine gathered at the Department of Public Safety to take part in a training in memory of Florida native Denise Amber Lee. Put on by her husband Nathan, the idea is not to dwell on the negatives, but rather have dispatch workers learn from the mistakes made.
After the incident happened and she was found, it came to light that there were some 911 issues that happened and that could have made a huge impact in saving her life. And I have since made it my life's mission to travel around the country to help 911.
Denise was kidnapped, raped, and murdered in Northport, Florida in 2008. At the time, she was 21 years old, a wife, mother of 2 beautiful babies. 911 is kind of that not thought about thing unless you need them. They're an amazing, unbelievable group of people and a very thankless job. And I just wanted to do anything I could to support them and make sure it doesn't happen again. Dispatchers spent the day breaking down the calls and events leading up to Denise's death. One of the takeaways these workers learned from this class is the power of communication.
Trying to build a picture of figuring out, okay, you just took a call from someone that's stating that his wife's missing, okay? Now we got to figure out, okay, why? Like the why of how she went, like, missing.
Holton Communication Center's Jennifer Michaud has been in the public safety industry for the last 25 years. She says trainings like this remind her of why she's so passionate about doing what she loves most, helping people.
When I end a phone call with somebody, I like to feel like I've left them better than when they called, you know, even if it's not the best outcome.
In Augusta, Matthew Jurancic, ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
Switching gears now, before Wednesday's work sessions in Augusta on gun-related bills, advocates for gun safety lobbied Maine lawmakers to take action on what they say are initiatives that a majority of Mainers can get behind. Our Augusta reporter Corey Bichard was at that event and has details.
Gun safety advocates rallied at the State House on Wednesday to encourage lawmakers to support what they call common sense gun reforms in the wake of the Lewiston mass shooting.
We're here. We think there is a wonderful opportunity, finally, to move gun-forward legislation forward in Maine. Lewiston, as I said, woke up the public and lawmakers that we can and must do more.
Supporters say the bills they're supporting, which include increased background checks, a 72-hour waiting period on all firearm purchases, and banning bump stock-like devices, are something that responsible gun owners shouldn't be upset with.
Most responsible gun owners, these laws are not going to impact them. These laws are intended to stop people with intent to harm others. And I think most responsible gun owners understand that. They support the work that we're doing, and many have joined our ranks.
After the rally, supporters tried to talk with lawmakers to find out where they stand on the issues. One representative we spoke with was vehemently opposed to any of the proposed changes.
The U.S. Supreme Court has provided us with the four corners, the guidelines of what the legislative branch can do and what they can't do. And the legislation we were discussing is well outside the four corners of what the Supreme Court has provided us. I think the issue at hand here is that we have people that are just openly hostile to the individual civil right to arms and really are looking for civil disarmament however they want to justify it.
Representative Ardell went on to say that if the bills did get passed, he's confident that they'd get struck down in the Supreme Court. At the State House, I'm Corey Bouchard for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Meanwhile, advocates for rent relief and housing assistance gathered in Augusta to make their voices heard to lawmakers. Dozens of people lined the lawn of the State House and heard speeches from organizers about why Maine should use its more than $320 million surplus, otherwise known as the Rainy Day Fund, to support rent relief and housing assistance.
Yeah, rent relief is really a way to keep people housed and keep people from having their lives spiral into economic insecurity that happens once people become unhoused. So we know last year we saw an increase in evictions for individuals and families, and this is really a way to stop that from happening so we can get people off the streets, out of shelters, and into a stable place.
Advocates say they're focused on the Appropriations Committee, which is currently working on finalizing the governor's supplemental budget.
Well, Maine lawmakers have agreed to change how Maine casts its electoral votes for president, but it might not impact the 2024 election. The bill enters Maine into a compact with other states to cast their electoral college votes as a block for whoever wins the national popular vote in the presidential race. It passed the House last week and passed the Senate on Wednesday by a vote of 23-12. The compact doesn't go into effect automatically, though, and it still requires enough states to agree to that compact in order for them to be able to cast 270 electoral college votes for the winner of the national popular vote.
Well, like it or not, tick season is upon us, and it's only a matter of time before they become a more common sight here in Maine. As meteorologist Ryan Munn explains, it could be an active season.
The warmer weather is arriving, time to get outside, go for walks, hikes, and some spring cleaning around the house. However, this is the time of year that ticks become more active.
We often will look at winter weather, and if we're seeing, warmer winter temperatures, shorter winters, then ticks become active earlier in the spring. We're more likely to encounter them.
Ray, say hi.
The milder weather we've seen this winter may mean a more active season. So, what do you do if you find one on you or your pet?
People that are interested in learning, what kind of ticks they're finding can send those ticks to the lab for a free species identification, and then for a nominal fee, we'll actually test those tick samples to see whether they're carrying some of the pathogens that cause tick-borne illness, like Lyme disease or anaplasmosis or Powassan virus.
This also helps them track the geographical distribution of the ticks and their pathogens. And there are a couple ticks that are very common in our area.
The type of tick in Maine that we're most concerned with is something called the deer tick or black-legged tick. It's the one that causes Lyme disease. All the other pathogens that we have here in Maine are transmitted by this tick. And it tends to reside in kind of these forested areas, shady areas, but those areas can certainly occur in and around the home landscape.
Dill says around 70% of the ticks sent into their lab were found near the person's home. And he's reminding everyone, even though it's only early March, you'll want to check both yourself and your pets after spending time outside.
Always good advice and good reminders.
Yeah, and especially timely right now as, the weather is warming up. More people are going to be outdoors. And people like us who have pets, who like to walk their dogs, it's important to check ourselves, but also to check our animals, too, because they could be bringing those ticks right inside with them.
Yeah, even if your animal is up to date on its preventatives, they can still be little tick taxis and schlep them inside your house, so you do want to be cautious. Alrighty, folks, well, let's go ahead and hit pause here. We'll peek outside and get a first check of our forecast.
Thank you so much, Beth. And look at this, 50s in the area earlier today, 52 in Bar Harbor as well, 53 here in town, 51 in Millinocket area. Greenville, a little bit cooler. You do still have snow on the ground, a lot less after today. Now, the winds are pretty light, around 5 to 10 miles per hour all over the state. Other than that, we are pretty calm. Now, just some pretty good amount of clouds for now, but no precipitation falling. I know this radar is showing up some precipitation falling from the clouds. It is drying out before it reaches the surface, called virga. Precipitation falling from the clouds, not quite reaching the ground. Overnight tonight, we're going to continue to see a mixture of some clouds. Temperatures will be back in the 30s. Beth?
Thank you so much, Conrad. Looking forward to a calm and mild overnight.
Yes, it's nice to have that on our way.
All right, well, still to come on Fox 22 News at 10. There could be some big changes coming to the Knox County Dispatch Center. Our Grace Blanchard explains.
And our Callie Warren will take us to an old jailhouse that's being given some new life in the form of a museum. Love those stories and more when we come right back.
Jerry's Used Cars has been a family-owned business for more than 30 years, currently in Corinna and Vesey. However, we have changed a little as we are no longer just a buy here, pay here dealership. We now have access to outside financing and also carry utility trailers. We would be happy to assist you with your next vehicle purchase. And don't forget, here at Jerry's Used Cars, we offer an extended warranty. So give us a call at either our Corinna or Vesey location.
I got hurt by a big truck. Why did I call the twos? Because life-changing injuries deserve life-changing money, and I'll fight to get it for you. We got a client who broke multiple bones in a commercial vehicle accident, $700,000. Another client had a brain injury, and we got them $1.15 million. If you get hurt by a big truck, call the twos. We win for you.
Hurt by a big truck, call the twos. We win for you.
CEM DP Porter Contractors have been in business for more than 40 years. We have recently added an electrical division to further be of service to our loyal customers. CEM specializes in design build for commercial and residential projects. Whether you need help with older construction, new build-outs, or electrical services, CEM has you covered. CEM is currently hiring for all positions. We offer competitive pay as well as great benefits. To inquire about employment or construction, please reach out to 848-7486 or visit CEMmaine.com.
Don't get cold feet this winter. Stay warm and dry with high-performance footwear from Comfort Shoes and More. With an extensive selection of winter boots rated from 0 to minus 60 degrees Fahrenheit, you'll find comfort in knowing your feet will be warm in any weather. Discover the latest in functional and fashionable footwear with grippers built right into the sole. With boots in stock up to 6E and size 17 for men and women. Take the drive to Newport for a sit and fit to find your perfect fit. You and your feet will be glad you did.
This is going to be the toughest next level chef yet.
I want my mom.
Only the best will survive.
All new Next Level Chef, Thursdays at 8, 7 Central on Fox.
Hello, I'm Emma Smith, and coming up on Good Morning Maine, we'll hear from a group of moms who are organizing to demand action upon legislators for more legislation around firearms. Plus, there was a rent relief rally in Augusta as well. We'll hear about that, and we'll have our Pet of the Week. All of this and more coming up on Good Morning Maine.
Welcome back. The Knox County Dispatch Center could potentially see a major transition after the city of Rockland revealed they're looking to take over the emergency dispatch service for the county. Now, this comes as the dispatch center has been facing major staffing issues. Our Grace Blanchard spoke to Knox County officials and public safety to learn more.
We were at a point of only having literally 3 out of 14 staff members on staff.
According to members of Knox County Public Safety, there have been major staffing shortages within their dispatch center.
I mean, that's a huge reduction in staff. There is going to obviously be a difference in how you get dispatched and sent to those calls.
The interim county administrator says the dispatch center has a temporary partnership with Waldo County to receive their 911 calls as they are working to mitigate the shortages.
Puts quite a burden on people and staff and their families, and we needed to do something to solve that issue.
Monday's Rockland City Council meeting revealed that there has been interest from the city in taking over the dispatch center.
Agreed to move forward, at our level anyway, on having the city of Rockland absorb the county dispatch services into the city of Rockland as a city department.
According to Knox County officials, although the city of Rockland has expressed interest in the regional center, there have been no formal discussions or negotiations made between the city and the county.
Got a number of very dedicated employees that are working hard to rebuild the program.
The sheriff says another aspect of this issue is the need for less competition between agencies.
We've got to stop trying to attract a dispatcher from another place to our dispatch center to replace that vacancy. We want new people to come to this profession.
Knox County says they expect to end their partnership with Waldo County by the end of April, but are open to new models if they continue to face issues.
These individuals really are, caring for their communities, and they're kind of the unsung heroes, and that should be recognized. So.
In Rockland, Grace Blanchard for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
A historic Hancock County building has been in disrepair for decades now, but a $500,000 federal appropriation will help restore it. Our Callie Warren takes us to the old Hancock County Jail.
An effort to restore the former Hancock County Jail is underway. Part of the effort will transform it into a historical museum. Government support is helping to make it a reality. $500,000 in federal funds has been awarded to the Ellsworth Historical Society for the project.
This grant has allowed us to finish up the exterior, and then we'll be able to really start with the important work of the Heritage Center inside.
The Ellsworth Historical Society acquired the facility in 1998. The jail was built in 1886 and closed in 1979. For the Ellsworth Historical Society, this grant is going to help preserve history. The building was once home to sheriffs and their families, who lived alongside those in the jail's 16 holding cells.
Our hope is that spring of 2026 we'll be able to really open up as a heritage center.
For more information on the old Hancock County Jail, visit our website at foxbangor.com. In Ellsworth, Callie Warren, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
And coming up on the 10 p.m. news on Fox 22, the House voted overwhelmingly to ban the social media app TikTok. We'll have reactions from Capitol Hill.
And airplane manufacturer Boeing faces even more criticism after new details emerge about the company's latest incident. Those stories and more as the 10 p.m. news on Fox 22 continues.
Fishing trip hit a snag? Won't stop us. In a Nissan SUV, adventure begins where the road ends.
Drive a Nissan SUV. Get a low $319 per month lease on the 2023 Nissan Rogue.
When you've experienced fire and smoke damage in your home, when pipes break and you have water everywhere, when you're concerned about your family's health because of mold, you need a friendly face to take care of it all. You need the friendly faces of Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration. We're just a click or call away. Whatever life throws at you, Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration is here for you. Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration. You keep the memories, we'll handle the rest.
CEM DP Porter Contractors has been in business for over 40 years in the Bangor area. We specialize in commercial, medical, and residential design build construction, as well as building maintenance and renovations. CEM DP Porter Contractors is currently hiring in Herman for multiple positions, including carpenters and a project manager superintendent. We offer vacation, holidays, a 3% IRA match, competitive pay, and a family-oriented environment. If interested in applying, please contact Jason at 848-7486.
Why should your new floor come from Carpet One? Because we're passionate about the spaces our neighbors call home. We're part of your community, and we're also part of the world's largest cooperative of independently owned and operated flooring stores. so you can be sure you'll get great selection and outstanding value with every installation. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, tile, or luxury vinyl, our experts take the guesswork out of choosing the right floor. We're your local Carpet One Floor and Home, the one store for your perfect floor.
Are your gutters weighed down by debris causing them to sag and overflow? I'm Tony Hafford with TC Hafford Basement Systems. Clogged gutters lead to costly repairs for your home, so skip the cleaning and stop the clogs with Gutter Shutter. Gutter Shutter, the world's best gutter, is a high-performance gutter with a lifetime no-clog guarantee. Stop the clutter, get Gutter Shutter. Call TC Hafford Basement Systems today for all things basementy.
Fishing trip hit a snag? Won't stop us. In a Nissan SUV, adventure begins where the road ends.
Drive a Nissan SUV. Get a low $319 per month lease on the 2023 Nissan Rogue.
If you've been injured, call Joe, the law offices of Joe Bornstein.
The CEO of TikTok responds to the House passing a bill that could potentially ban the popular app in the U.S. unless its Chinese parent company divests. Fox's Connor Hansen has more from New York.
TikTok could face an uncertain future in the United States, separate from its Chinese parent company, or face a ban from app stores. Not everyone was happy about the bill's quick bipartisan approval in the House. Lawmakers from both sides have expressed concern over the mega-popular social media app and what it does with user data. TikTok has 170 million users in the U.S. and continues to grow. The company's CEO, Shou Chu, responding to the bill moving forward to the Senate.
This bill gives more power to a handful of other social media companies.
Posting a video on X, Chu said TikTok has invested in keeping data safe from outside manipulation.
It will also take billions of dollars out of the pockets of creators and small businesses. It will put more than 300,000 American jobs at risk.
The White House supports the bill moving quickly through the upper chamber.
What it would do is to ensure that ownership, as I just stated, of these apps wouldn't be in the hands of those who can exploit them or to do us harm.
Right now, it's unclear how much support it will receive.
The Chinese Communist Party is not our friend. They're a danger to us, the largest existential threat outside this country to us. We've got to stop them from taking advantage of our open system, and this is one of the ways we do it.
We still don't have a timeline on when the bill will come up in the Senate. Majority Leader Chuck Schumer not committing to a position when asked. In New York, Connor Hansen, Fox News.
Meanwhile, President Joe Biden and former President Trump are now their party's presumptive nominees for president, but polls show voters are unenthusiastic about both of them. As Fox's Rebecca Castor reports, the stage is set for a third-party candidate to make a possible splash in this election.
Once again, Joe Biden and Donald Trump will be the major party candidates on the presidential ballot this November.
I've never been more optimistic about our future.
This vote is going to be the most important vote you've ever cast.
The candidates might be ready for the rematch, but many voters feel otherwise.
I hate it. I think we could have picked two better people.
I don't like either one of them. I won't be voting.
I would love to have someone from a younger generation in there.
Fox News polling finds 6 out of 10 voters feel this way. And there's growing support for third-party candidates.
Third-party candidates have not fared very well, but they have had impact on races.
In swing states, votes lost to third-party candidates could sway the election. Former Democrat turned independent candidate Robert F. Kennedy Jr. earned the signatures needed to be on the ballot in Nevada. And campaign volunteers are crisscrossing the country to get him on others.
My intention is to hurt both of them. I would hope that both of these candidates will debate.
A unity ticket from the group No Labels is also looming, with the party expected to share more details Thursday on how it'll pick its candidates. Insiders say Georgia's former Republican Lieutenant Governor Jeff Duncan is being considered, while former GOP candidate Nikki Haley and moderate Senator Joe Manchin have shot down the idea. Both Biden and Trump's campaigns see third-party candidates as a risk and are working to shore up support among their less excited voters before Election Day. In Washington, Rebecca Castor, Fox News.
It's been a rough couple of months for Boeing, and we're now learning more about what caused one of the company's jets to nosedive on Monday. Fox's Dan Springer has that story.
More turbulence for Boeing after a New Zealand-bound Chilean Airlines jet suddenly dropped on Monday, injuring about 50 people. The airline says a technical event caused the, quote, strong movement on board. But one passenger on that flight now says after the incident, the pilot told him he had lost the plane's instruments for a few seconds.
He goes, yeah, and then all of a sudden they just came back instantly, like within just a split second, but enough to cause the plane to just do whatever it did.
The latest incident comes as a Federal Aviation Administration audit found dozens of problems with the production of Boeing 737 MAX jets and their key supplier, Spirit Aerosystems. The FAA report says regulators saw mechanics using a hotel key to measure the width of a door seal, and in another case, technicians poured dish soap into a door seal to lubricate it. And now, Boeing's latest troubles are causing major problems for airlines that are depending on new planes from the company. Southwest, whose entire fleet consists of Boeing 737s, says it's lowering its growth projections for the year. The Dallas-based carrier is making adjustments to its flight schedules and reducing capacity.
For many, many years, it served Southwest well, and now we have a different issue that's come up, and that may affect them throughout the year.
Meanwhile, Delta's CEO says it could take as many as 3 more years for Boeing to deliver its order of 737 MAX 10s. In Seattle, Dan Springer, Fox News.
All right, well, still to come on Fox 22 News at 10. Russian President Vladimir Putin warns that he is prepared to use nuclear weapons if he sees fit. We'll have reaction.
And in sports, Maine women's basketball is 1 win away from a conference title and NCAA tournament berth. How they're preparing. Stay tuned.
4 single farmers saddle up to find lifelong love.
We had a fire going, and that wasn't the only spark.
An all-new Farmer Wants a Wife, Thursdays on Fox.
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota.
Yeah.
Sick.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah.
You could get the lowest financing rate ever on most 2024 Tundra hybrid and gas models. Just 1.99% financing, which could save you up to $3,900.
Ready, set, go get your Toyota today.
Toyota, let's go places.
These days you can buy a new mattress anywhere. However, getting the right mattress at the right price will keep you up at night. When you're ready for a new mattress, come to Dorsey's. We've delivered more mattresses to this area than any other retailer. With over 48 years of experience, the largest in-stock selection, plus our 30-night sleep guarantee, we've got the right mattress for you at a great price. Dorsey Furniture, Route 1A, Holden. Sleep well, my friends.
Spring is the season of rejuvenation and the perfect time to revitalize your home with Renewal by Andersen. Our spring savings event is only once a year. Call Renewal by Andersen to schedule your free window diagnosis and take advantage of this incredible limited time offer. We've installed over 4 million windows, earning us 4.7 stars in customer satisfaction. Call the number below or visit us online today. And remember, call now because these great savings end soon.
The better way to a better window. Renewal by Andersen.
Maine Commercial Solar offers a variety of services including solar systems design, sales, maintenance, and installation. Maine Commercial Solar can help you with existing or new systems. We offer packages for installation by others, or we can help you build your own solar array, smaller residential or anything in between. Maine Commercial Solar is currently hiring in Herman for multiple positions. We offer competitive pay, a 3% IRA match, vacation, holiday time, and a family-oriented environment. If interested, please call Jason at 848-7486.
Did you know that it's possible to prevent colorectal cancer with regular screening?
I almost skipped my colonoscopy because I had something more important to do. But my friend said, you've got to go.
Today, you have options for colon cancer screening. Ask your provider which test is right for you.
I was lucky. They caught my cancer early enough to treat it successfully.
If you're 50 or older, ask your provider about colon cancer screening or visit screenmaine.org.
Chaos continues to escalate in Haiti as the acting prime minister is unable to fly home. It comes as different political groups try to come together to select a new leader. Fox's Steve Harrigan has more.
As violence escalates in Haiti, the Pentagon is deploying a Marine anti-terrorism unit to bolster security at the U.S. Embassy. It comes after the country's prime minister announced he will resign. He's still stuck in Puerto Rico after gangs attacked the airport in the city of Port-au-Prince. Now, different political groups are trying to put together a transitional council and name an interim prime minister. But some people are skeptical.
They go from failure to failure and can do nothing for us.
According to the UN, gangs now control 80% of Haiti's capital city after raiding jails and releasing thousands of prisoners. The U.S. agreed to spend $300 million on Kenyan peacekeepers, though Kenya says it will not go to Haiti until a new government is in place. The Biden administration says Haitians will be the ones to decide their next leader.
We know there's a lot of work ahead, but these are positive steps to pave the way for the Haitian people to elect their leaders, stabilize their country, and determine their future.
Meanwhile, Florida Congressman Corey Mills argues the Biden administration is not doing enough to help stranded Americans in Haiti. On Tuesday, he and his team rescued a group of 10 U.S. missionaries from the violence.
They were evacuating non-essential State Department personnel, but not the Americans. This is sending a direct message that the federal government only cares about government.
For now, the U.S. Embassy in Haiti remains open. In Fort Pierce, Florida, Steve Harrigan, Fox News.
Several European leaders traveling to Washington this week to discuss the ongoing war in Ukraine and the humanitarian crisis in Gaza. The meetings all include calls for the U.S. to replenish its Ukraine war funding. It's a message that comes as Russia warns it's not afraid to start a nuclear war if threatened. Fox's Alex Hogan has the story.
Be brave. Stand up to your leadership and tell them, let us vote.
Pressure mounting on House Republicans to pass a national security bill that includes funding for Ukraine.
If we do not provide Ukraine with what they need to defeat Putin, the legacy of Speaker Johnson and the 118th Congress will be the appeasement of a dictator.
It comes as Russian President Vladimir Putin warns Moscow is ready to use nuclear weapons if its sovereignty of independence is threatened. Putin saying he doesn't believe the world is heading toward a nuclear war, but is prepared for anything if fighting in Ukraine escalates. His remarks were delivered just days before an election, where he is all but certain to secure another 6-year term.
The troops are constantly in a state of combat readiness.
The message also came as Europe's top diplomats met with Secretary of State Antony Blinken in Washington. European leaders telling Blinken the situation in Ukraine is one of their biggest security concerns.
We are facing an aggressive Russia who will not stop.
That echoes a similar message during a meeting between President Biden and visiting Polish leaders Tuesday, while the Pentagon has announced a new $300 million emergency aid package to provide Ukraine with weapons and ammunition. House Democrats and the Biden administration say that is not enough.
I think the clock is ticking, and we have to get the bipartisan national security bill over the finish line. It's reckless to do otherwise.
House Democrats have launched an effort to force a vote on Ukraine funding before Congress breaks for Easter recess next week. In London, Alex Hogan, Fox News.
And of course, coming up, we have all the answers in our full 5-day forecast.
That's right. Stay tuned.
And we saw some near record high temperatures outside today, 50s all over the state. There were some 40s. I am tracking some cooler weather back in the forecast. How long are we going to have to wait for that? I'll have the answers and the timing coming up.
Spring is the season of rejuvenation and the perfect time to revitalize your home with Renewal by Andersen. Our spring savings event is only once a year. Call Renewal by Andersen to schedule your free window diagnosis and take advantage of this incredible limited time offer. We've installed over 4 million windows, earning us 4.7 stars in customer satisfaction. Call the number below or visit us online today. And remember, call now because these great savings end soon.
The better way to a better window. Renewal by Andersen.
I had a slip and fall accident. I wasn't sure what to do. Joe Bornstein's office handled everything. The experience was much better than what I expected. They were very professional and responsive to all my questions and concerns. I highly recommend the law offices of Joe Bornstein. Over 25,000 victories for injured Mainers just like me. If you've been injured in an accident, call Joe. It's that easy. Tell him you mean business.
Call Joe today for a free case evaluation. There's never a fee unless you win.
So some people say when it comes to my Ford SUV, I'm a bit of a control freak. What's wrong with that? Who doesn't want better command of the road? Who can't handle saving a little more on gas? Why wouldn't I want to just turn a knob when the weather changes? Like it's ever the same. Ford SUVs put me where I want to be, in control. Who doesn't want that? Now get 0% APR for 60 months, plus $1,000 bonus cash on Ford Bronco Sport and Escape, only at your New England Ford dealers.
Hood is the cottage cheese lovers love. Start with our award-winning country style. It's delicious on its own, or like this. That. Even, sure. Plus, it's got more protein than hummus and less sugar than yogurt. Then there's Hood's flavors. We expertly blend in real fruit or savory herbs for an unbeatable taste combination you can't recreate at home. Now that's cottage cheese. Hood cottage cheese. Always good, always Hood.
4 single farmers saddle up to find lifelong love.
We had a fire going, and that wasn't the only spark.
An all-new Farmer Wants a Wife, Thursdays on Fox.
Welcome back, folks. Our main weather is brought to you by Diversified Ink Tattoo Studio in Penobscot Plaza in Bangor, providing custom ink by licensed artists for over 20 years. And speaking of history, look at this. We did see some well above average temperatures the last couple of weeks. 2 weeks ago, we saw temperatures slightly below average at 31, right back up to new record highs. One day of cooler temperatures, we saw 37, and then check this out, 40s the last 3 days, and today we were in the 50s. Wow, it just felt like spring, right? Here in town, 53, 52 in Bar Harbor. Waterville was at 53 as well. Now, up north, though, Millinocket, you were at Greenville, you were at 47. Millinocket a bit warmer, but there is still a thicker snowpack than Greenville, and north of that, that's why temperatures were a bit cooler. Now, our average high should be around 39 degrees for this time of year. Look at this. We're going to be above average the next several days, right through the weekend. Even into Monday, we're going to stay above average, and then a bit cooler by Tuesday. By Tuesday, so by middle of next week, our average is going to be around 41, closer to 42. So we will see slightly cooler temperatures by middle of next week. But it doesn't even feel like winter here, right? There's just no snow on the ground. Down south, of course, the coast, no snow as well. You got to go up north of Dover, Foxcroft into Millinocket, and then north of that, Greenville area. That's where we're looking at still several inches of snow on the ground, but not much going on. There's no snow really falling all over the United States besides the west. Denver, oh, you are in for a good snowmaker. Around a foot plus of snow on the way for Denver. For us, we are in the clear for now. Northeast, I would say, is pretty clear for now, though. But by Friday, we are looking at a little bit of rain and snow moving on into the area. It's going to be a quick hitter in and out of here in just a few hours, but that rain and snow does look like it will be in the region. Snowfall-wise, though, pretty much nothing, maybe a trace of snow at most, with temperatures that will be above freezing pretty much the whole entire time. So that's why these accumulations are very, very minimal. Now, for tonight, though, temperatures will be hovering near freezing. Increasing clouds will be continuing, so a good amount of clouds by those morning hours. Tomorrow, though, throughout the day, we're going to be warm, right? We're going to be hanging out 46. Wow, look at that. Mostly cloudy skies, though, so we're not going to see much sunshine. We will definitely see some peaks of sunshine on the way. Now, our extended forecast outlook does show a little bit of rain and snow by Friday. Warmer by Saturday, still some rain in the area. Sunday, we're sticking around in those mid-40s with some scattered rain showers in the area. I know it's St. Patrick's Day, but it's going to be a wet St. Patrick's Day for that. And then by Monday, we are looking at more of a clear sky. Temperatures in those mid-40s. Beth?
Alrighty, Conrad, thank you so much.
And we'll have more to come in sports. Stay with us.
Family owned and operating in the Bangor area for more than 10 years. Crosby's Welding is here to help you. We specialize in steel, stainless steel, and aluminum welding and fabrication. We serve many of the local industries from Maine lobstermen to the commercial trucking industry and everything in between. Fully mobile on-site construction services right down to custom signs and fire pits. Fast, friendly, reliable service. Give us a call today for a free estimate. 974-7815.
Let's play Dare to Compare! My signature hybrid mattress
versus this leading brand name hybrid mattress. Both combine types of memory foam with inner spring coils.
But my signature is just $9.99. Theirs is a whopping $21.99. My signature with the Power Bob Elite base still costs less than that.
Sure, they're not exactly the same, but is theirs worth so much more?
When the looks you love go for less, there's only one thing to say.
Oh, my Bob!
Bob's Discount Furniture.
My father worked at the mill for over 30 years. He was exposed to a great community and excelled at his job, but he was also exposed to asbestos. The air quality inside the mill was always his biggest complaint. He had no idea how deadly some of the products and materials were. When he was diagnosed with mesothelioma, we knew to call Joe Bornstein's office to get my dad the help he needs and the justice he deserves.
Call Joe today for a free case evaluation. There's never a fee unless you win.
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota. Wow.
Nice.
Thanks, bud.
You could get the lowest ever 1.99% financing on most Tundra hybrid and gas models. Toyota, let's go places.
Did you see that? Hear that? Feel that? Is this a shooting star? Rock star? Superstar? Let's all take a deep breath, because once we peel out, there's no looking back. You ready?
Tonight's sports is brought to you by the KG. Stop in for hunting and fishing supplies, apparel, and homemade food.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. Maine Women's Hoops is back in the America East title game as the Black Bears prep for Vermont at the Pit on Friday. There is all the hunger in the world from a team of players that has never won a conference title. Ryan Sudol has more.
We're very fortunate at Maine that we've been in this situation before, but it's not common.
The Black Bears are back for a chance to dance. Maine Women's Hoops are America East Tournament finalists for the 7th time in 8 years.
This is what we've been working for all season, to get to this game and to win this game. It's the most exciting time of the year. I'm just really excited to have that one more opportunity.
And even as the top seed in the tournament, the Black Bears have had to fight like crazy, trailing in each of their playoff games and by 10 late against Binghamton in the semis.
It just goes to show how much heart we have as a team. We wanted it really bad. It just means a lot to be able to see that we can come out, be down by 10 and come out with a win.
In that semifinal game, the Black Bears had only 4 scorers, with Adriana Smith and Ann Simon combining for 51 of 64 points. But they're not concerned with spreading the wealth because
we have, in games before we have.
Maine's opponents for Friday's title game are the defending champions Vermont, a great team that Maine knows how to beat. They've done so twice this year.
Really good shooters on their team, focusing in on them, clogging up the paint for sure, and stopping them in transition.
But above all else, just relax.
We've wanted things so badly at times. We've played tense to enjoy the moment and soak it up and play as free and as hard as we can.
And if they get it done Friday night, it'll be a moment none on the team will ever forget. Every player's first conference title and NCAA's berth ever.
I don't want to look too far ahead because you get all excited, but just amazing. I mean, it'd be great. This is what we work for, so I have all the confidence that we'll be able to come out on top.
It's every young girl's dream to go to the NCAA tournament, so we're going to do whatever we can to do that.
In Orono, I'm Ryan Sudol, ABC 7, Fox 22 Sports.
Thanks for that, Ryan. Wishing them luck. Let's stay in Orono now and over to some hockey. Maine hockey sweeping the 12th-ranked UMass Minutemen this past weekend, solidifying the 3 seed in the Hockey East playoffs and, barring any unforeseen circumstances, a ticket to the NCAA tournament. So now it is on to Saturday. The Black Bears will host a Hockey East quarterfinal matchup in Alfond Arena Saturday night at 7 p.m. They are now ranked 8th in the nation and 7th in the pairwise, and with the sweep of UMass, they've now won 3 in a row and are carrying some momentum into the postseason. They will play the highest remaining seed after Wednesday's play-in games. We'll get to that in a second, and regardless of who shows up Saturday, if they play their game, they think they'll be packing the bus to the Garden next weekend.
Our game is more sticking to what we do best and, playing teams hard and not giving up much. In playoff hockey, games are tight. Games come down to, doing the detailed things better, and whatever team plays their game best. And I take us over a lot of teams right now if we can play our game right.
Every body check is important. Every hit you take, every hit you give, makes a difference. And our guys are learning that, and, we've had some tough lessons in the second half, but, we've also grown through it, and we got to keep growing.
Staying with Maine hockey, the Hockey East Pro Ambitions All-Rookie team being announced on Wednesday, and Maine's Bradley Nadeau making the list. Nadeau, a first-round pick by the Carolina Hurricanes, finished 7th in Hockey East with 31 points and 12 goals. In conference play, he had 10 multi-point games this season for the Black Bears, including a hat trick at UConn. He is first in goals scored on the team and tied for first in points with his brother Josh. Nadeau is also the second all-rookie in 3 seasons for Maine, with David Brazil winning a few years ago. All right, let's stay on the hockey note. Let's see who Maine will play on Saturday. New Hampshire and Lowell battling in the quarterfinal round. Maine set to host the highest remaining seed. Wildcats and Riverhawks duking it out for a trip to the quarterfinals. First period, New Hampshire looking to strike first. Robert Cronin to Luke Reed. Look at that touch pass to Harrison Blaisdell. Perfect spot for it. Wildcats, they go up 1-0. Great pass right there. Let's go to the third. It was a scoreless second period. Lowell with a very good chance here. Alex Peterson finds TJ Schweigart, who fires the one-timer, but it's eaten up by Jacob Helston. 20 saves and a shutout. Wildcats are coming to the Alphon Saturday. Puck drop at 7 p.m. That is going to be an exciting game. Lastly, over to some football news now. One former Maine football coach is on his way to the big league. Nick Charlton, who coached Maine for a few years after Coach Joe Harasimiak left, is heading to the Cleveland Browns to be an offensive assistant coach and the run game coordinator. Charlton spent 3 seasons at the helm of the Black Bears before heading to UConn, where he spent the last 2 as their offensive coordinator. He was 14-13 overall with the Black Bears, with a 6-5 record during that last season in Orono. All right, that is all the time we have for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
Transform your surroundings with Paramount Paving, located in Bangor. They are your paving and seal coating experts. Whether it's residential maintenance to full commercial projects, Paramount Paving delivers quality that lasts. Book before June 1st and enjoy a $250 Visa gift card upon completion of your next paving project. Call us today at 602-8931 or visit us at ParamountPavingLLC.com. Paramount Paving, setting the standard for excellence. When it comes to paving, we are Paramount.
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota.
Yeah.
Sick.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah.
You could get the lowest financing rate ever on most 2024 Tundra hybrid and gas models. Just 1.99% financing, which could save you up to $3,900.
Ready, set, go get your Toyota today.
Toyota, let's go places.
Why should your new floor come from Carpet One? Because we're passionate about the spaces our neighbors call home. We're part of your community, and we're also part of the world's largest cooperative of independently owned and operated flooring stores. So you can be sure you'll get great selection and outstanding value with every installation. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, tile, or luxury vinyl, our experts take the guesswork out of choosing the right floor. We're your local Carpet One Floor and Home, the one store for your perfect floor.
Don't get cold feet this winter. Stay warm and dry with high-performance footwear from Comfort Shoes and More. With an extensive selection of winter boots rated from 0 to -60 degrees Fahrenheit, you'll find comfort in knowing your feet will be warm in any weather. Discover the latest in functional and fashionable footwear with grippers built right into the sole, with boots in stock up to 6E and size 17 for men and women. Take the drive to Newport for a sit and fit to find your perfect fit. You and your feet will be glad you did.
CEM DP Porter Contractors have been in business for more than 40 years. We have recently added an electrical division to further be of service to our loyal customers. CEM specializes in design build for commercial and residential projects. Whether you need help with older construction, new build-outs, or electrical services, CEM has you covered. CEM is currently hiring for all positions. We offer competitive pay as well as great benefits. To inquire about employment or construction, please reach out to 848-7486 or visit CEMMaine.com.
The baddest superstars on the planet are unleashed in prime time. From the heavens! All new Friday Night SmackDown at 8/7 Central on Fox.
The Scream franchise brings back one of its OG stars. A Grammy-winning singer shares more details about their upcoming album and more. Here's Fox's Ashley Dvorkin with all of the latest in the Hollywood Nation.
I don't think you understand.
McCarthy Wahlberg's new beauty product. Beyonce shares an update, and Campbell makes an announcement in the Hollywood Nation.
Hello?
Sydney Prescott is returning to the world of Woodsboro. Neve Campbell announced on Instagram she will be reprising her iconic role for Scream 7. She also revealed Scream screenwriter Kevin Williamson will direct the next movie. The franchise star did not appear in the sixth film due to a salary dispute.
16 carriages.
Beyonce revealed the title to her upcoming album, which includes her #1 country music single, Texas Hold'em. Cowboy Carter is the follow-up to her Grammy-winning album, Renaissance, and will be out March 29th.
I'm obsessed.
Jenny McCarthy Wahlberg expands her cosmetic brand, Formless Beauty. The Masked Singer judge launched a line of vegan eyelashes.
I wanted something that was light, but still elegant, still glam, and a thin strip. They go on so easy, they feel great, and they're not ridiculous looking. It doesn't look like Halloween. And then we have a whole brush set that comes in this travel kit that I call the master brush set, is a must.
In Hollywood, Ashley Dvorkin, Fox News.
Starbucks celebrates St. Patrick's Day with a new festive drink. The coffee chain announced on Tuesday that the new Luck of the Matcha Cream Frappuccino is available in stores nationwide. The company described the new drink as being inspired by a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. That's not all, though. The chain will also offer a special buy one, get one deal for Starbucks Rewards members on Thursday, March 14th. From 12 to 6 p.m., Rewards members can buy any handcrafted drink and get another one for free. That includes the newest St. Patrick's Day drink.
As if the lines at Starbucks aren't long enough already. All right, well, it's not only counterfeit wardrobe items for sale in New York City streets, but now even Apple products are up for sale with deep discounts. Fox's Stephanie Bertini takes us there to learn more.
Popping up on street corners and sidewalks across Manhattan, what looks like pricey Apple wireless headphones for sale, and for much less than what AirPods or AirPods Max would cost in a store.
How much? $50?
Yes,
sir. This is Apple?
Apple, yes.
Why is it only $50?
$50 for AirPods, this man told me when I approached him on Fifth Avenue.
100?
Yes. And that's $100 for AirPods Max.
I'm a news reporter.
He says he's a migrant from Senegal.
This is no papier.
No papers.
And he isn't authorized to work, so this is what he's doing to make some money.
This is some job for nourish.
To eat.
He wasn't clear about where he got the merchandise from.
This is it's a business.
It's a business.
Yes.
Or who he's working with, if anyone.
You're working for somebody?
No, this is a friend, Africa. You know, this is
a lot of Africans are selling.
Yeah. Also on Fifth, we found others selling the same kinds of products.
Sir, can we talk to you?
Yeah, talk to me.
But they weren't willing to explain the deep discounts or talk at all. This man looked like he was going to buy until he saw our camera.
How much did you get that for? You bought it from him, right?
I don't.
Yeah.
No.
You buy it here, right?
No.
Oh, you're lucky.
Too good to be true.
This man says he wouldn't risk buying Apple products from anywhere but Apple or stores authorized to sell Apple products.
You're suspicious?
Very suspicious, yes.
We reached out to Apple. We're told the company has an internal enforcement group that works with law enforcement and authorities in more than 100 countries to combat the sale of counterfeit products. No comment on the AirPods and AirPods Max we're seeing sold in Manhattan and on whether or not they could be stolen.
Apple says consumers should be aware that counterfeit products can be a serious safety risk. And while some say there's no way they would take the risk,
well, I think that would be risky. I don't know.
You wouldn't risk it?
No.
Others say why not?
A deal's a deal, right?
You might give it a try?
Maybe.
But with AirPods retailing over $100 and AirPods Max about $500, something clearly isn't adding up.
Would you worry if they're stolen or counterfeit, or would you give it a...
Probably stolen, right? Maybe. I don't know.
Back here at home, Bangor Area Recovery Network hosted a special musical performance this afternoon. The barn hosted Miles Bullen and the acoustic duo Apes of the State. The performance was part of what the musicians are calling their Go Back to Rehab tour. Bullen and April Hartman of Apes of the State are both in long-term recovery, and they say this is their way of showing others that life in recovery can be incredibly fulfilling.
We really want to support performers who are kind of opening these dialogues and having these discussions, because it's a really important thing to be able to talk about.
Performing and singing is how I best share my story. So I love doing that for the next person. If they find something they relate to in my songs and it helps them get through a moment, just like the guitar did for me in my moments, then that's me fulfilling my bringing the next person into recovery that might need it.
A person we spoke to who is currently in recovery and viewed the performance says it gave them a sense of hope and connection.
Well, the Port of Los Angeles Harbor race brings together the top sailing schools in the country. Competing in 3 days of racing, the Maine Maritime sailing team won its first ever cup, snapping a 14-year losing streak. Our Doug Banks met with the team and their coach and shares how their team has become more like a family.
I think that we really went out there and didn't leave anything on the water.
The Maine Maritime Academy's offshore sailing team traveled over 3,000 miles from the waters of Castine to California to compete in the annual Port of LA Harbor Cup.
In that particular spot, nobody really has a huge advantage.
Each team uses the same Catalina 37 vessels to even the playing field and to showcase the ability of those maneuvering the boat. Starting on March 8th, the regatta spans 3 days. At the end of day 1, the team was in 6th place.
As a team, I think that we try not to worry about scores too much and just sail the boat.
But going into the last set of races, they were only 3 points away from first place.
Even if we know how many points we need to make up in this race, it's not going to change how we sail.
As they made the final turn, everyone on that boat could see victory was close at hand.
We really figured the boat and each other out.
It was a perfect way to end my college sailing career.
I felt like they were going to win the thing, but still it was surreal. It was a surreal feeling.
While they begin to prepare for the next cup, some have to say goodbye to a team that's become family.
It's my hope that the trust and communication pieces that they valued, I hope that's something that they take with them.
Through these 5 years, I've seen a lot of variations of coaches and this team, and I've seen a lot of people come and go. And going to California, I was like, okay, we're taking the best people we can, and it was like these people are my family now. It was a true testament to how well we can actually do when we believe in each other.
In Castine, Doug Banks, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
A huge achievement there for them. So great to hear, the home team bringing it right back like that. We absolutely love it. And by the way, just a beautifully shot and executed story by Doug.
Yeah, incredible there by Doug. And like you said, just an amazing accomplishment for them. You can tell just how close they all already were, but this race just kind of brought them together even more.
Yeah, you can definitely tell that. It's just great to see, and congratulations to the MMA sailing team. We are so proud.
Indeed we are.
All right, well, that is going to do it for us, folks. Take care and have a great night.
Good night, everyone.
For more local news coverage, switch over to our sister station, ABC 7, right now for ABC 7 News at 11.
Their price, $30,000. Your price, $20. Can you?
Just show you something. I'm telling you right now, you can be a successful man without a woman, but you will never be a great man without a woman. Amen. Barack Obama is not Barack Obama without Michelle. Ronald Reagan wasn't nothing without Nancy. Donald Trump, he still ain't nothing. I'm going to grant you your lawsuit for the entire amount of your estimate from the cleaning company. This court is going to give you $10,900.
got Michael Keaton, Rami Youssef, and music from Briston Maroney. All new Jimmy Kimmel Live later.
This is ABC 7 News at 11.
Good evening, everyone, and thank